So Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined, of course, by living legend Eddie Hearn and his son Campbell Hatton, about to turn professional with Matchroom Boxing. So Campbell, starting with you've attracted a lot of attention as an amateur, been improving gradually under Matthew Hatton, your uncle, of course, your trainer. Why is now the right time to turn over?
Yeah, I've always had a very professional style in the amateurs, and it's not always done me any favours. So I was come forward, aggressive, body punching, and the amateur judges don't want to see that. They want like in and out boxing, upright. But I did need that experience before I did turn over. So now I think we've got to the point where I've got the experience behind me, where I'm in a position to turn pro now and impress people. And I start being able to do that more now. I can fight with my style in the pro game.
And Rick, you're often cited as an example of someone who was managed and matchmaking wise incredibly well on the way up. What have you learned from the way you were handled that you'll be using when you're managing Campbell on his way up?
Well, I work very proud to say I worked with a lot of promoters. You know, in the early days, it was Frank Warren. You know, and then with people like along the way with Dennis Hobson, Golden Boy Promotions. We worked with Bob Arum. You know, and obviously a few years ago I was promoting myself. Went out in promotions, and pretty much all the champions back then. There was like Anthony Collar, Martin Murray, Scott Quigg, Craig Watson. You know, I had pretty much them all. So I took all that experience that I've learned from working with all these people and being able to, to pass it on and guide him in the right direction. And the fact that he's gone with Matchroom Sports and Eddie Hearn's backing him now, working alongside, be nice to work alongside Sky Sports again, because obviously we, had some very happy times with Sky Sports. So. Yeah, and the journey starts again, and what a wonderful position to be in, where he's got my present team and myself and Matthew and Eddie and Sky Sports. You know, what a team and a family to have behind you to advise you, and we move forward in this journey together as a team, as a family. Yeah.
It sounds like an obvious question, but I have to ask it anyway. Why are Matchroom and Eddie Hearn the right team to go with at this time?
Well, I think it was. We spoke to Frank Warren and we spoke to Eddie, and I think whoever they'd have gone with, he'd have been in a good team. That goes without saying. But obviously, the choice was to go to Eddie. What Eddie's doing with his fighters now is fantastic, and just the fact that Campbell has an opportunity. If you ask any youngster out there, where would you like to announce you turning professional? It'd be on a Anthony Joshua press week, wouldn't it? You can't get bigger. And that's obviously with what Matchroom brings to the table, and we're so thankful to Eddie and Matchroom for giving him the opportunity to announce his turning pro on such a massive fight week. He couldn't have got any more. Brilliant. Fairy tale stuff, mate.
Campbell, this is a question you're going to get asked so much you're going to become sick of it, and I'm probably not even the first person to ask you today, but your dad is a living legend. I'm sure he won't blush too much with me saying that. You're going to have a lot of pressure on your shoulders. How do you anticipate dealing with that? Because I know you've done it in the amateurs, but the pros is going to be a whole new level of spotlight and scrutiny.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of pressure, a lot of interest, and to some extent, it'll work in my favour, but I will get the pressure side of it. But it's always something that I've thrived on, having that pressure. It's what drives me in the gym. I said it this morning as well. It drives me in the gym to build my own name and be recognised as a fighter in my own light, not just Ricky Hatton's lad. So that's what pressure does for me. It drives me to achieve that.
Yeah, and he'll get the at the end of the day, he just if he just bees his own man, you know what, the love will come, because it doesn't matter I don't have to do anything. He just has to be him. Because what they loved about me, they'll love about him because he's the same. Because myself and his mum brought him up in a way that's the way it is. And if he always remains confident but humble and aggressive but calm and everything I was, it doesn't mean they won't. They love the Ricky Hatton way, and it'll just go from the Ricky Hatton way to the Campbell way, because that's exactly what it is. There's no BS. There's nothing pretentious. There's nothing to hide. What you see is what you got with me, and that's what you're going to get from my son. And I think the minute people see that, they'll love him like they love me.
And just both tell us, in terms of in-ring style, what are the key differences? Because we know how you're similar. I've watched you both, obviously Ricky a lot more, but I've watched some of Campbell's footage as well. How would you say you're different in the ring?
Yeah, I think the main difference would be I'm a bit more mid-range than my dad was, because my dad did the majority of his work up close, with the close quarter stuff. But I do like to throw the body shots and work off them, but I've got like quite long arms for my height, and like a bit of a deceiving reach. So I do like to be like a little bit more room, and like that mid-range stuff. It's a bit of a cross between my dad and Matthew's style.
And Rick, how do you feel about embarking on this journey? You've done it before as a fighter, but now you're going to do it as a manager and a father at the same time. Does that bring something extra? Is that even more fulfilling potentially?
A little bit, yeah. To be honest with you, I mean, it is. No, I think he's in good hands. I think the fact that I've learned so much, as I mentioned earlier, with some of the people I've worked with and the things I've experienced in boxing, it makes me feel a lot comfortable with him going forward and going professional. I think when I turned professional, I think the family was a little bit, no disrespect intended, but I think we was a little bit blind into the boxing world, because it's a world we didn't know nothing about, we're not used to it. But the difference is, in several years on now, I said, he's got, me that knows the game inside out. He's got Matthew that knows the game inside out. He's got a team, a personal team behind him that, will do everything for him, whether it be, a contract or this or that, so all he has to do is concentrate about boxing and nothing else. And that's because of the family he's got behind him to nurture him in the way, because we've learned so much over the years about the game. And I think it's a wonderful position for him to be in.
And Campbell, before we let you go, just tell people out there how they can get in touch with you or find you on social media, because a lot of people will be interested and want to follow the journey.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. Instagram is just at Campbell Hatton, and my Twitter's just the same. Posting on there regular.
You'll enjoy it at the start. Let's see how you go in the next couple of years, because Twitter can be quite an unforgiving platform. I'll warn you now.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah.
You probably already noticed that. All right. Well, really appreciate you guys finding time to speak with us. Hope you enjoy the rest of Fight Week. It's Anti-Joshua Fight Week. How can you not enjoy it? But enjoy the press conference, everything that goes with it. Soak it all in. I'm sure Ricky will tell you, Campbell. It goes in a blink of an eye. So make sure you enjoy it.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.